Well, I'm happy to detain you, okay, first pet lawful section,
what's your
section
name?
23, Misuse of Drugs Act. My name at the moment is Acting Sergeant John Dillon, and I'm based at the Eastfield Police Station. Happy for you to hold that body worn camera. Nothing sharp, no? Nothing.
Welcome to UK Audit Network, where misconduct is exposed, police and legal matters are examined, rights are defended, and accountability is pursued. This episode comes from Auditor Nathan of British Seaside Stories, so check the link below, subscribe to his channel, and give him the credit he deserves. In this video, Nathan walks into what should have been a straightforward interview inside a CBD shop. Instead, the situation erupts into chaos when officers storm in to carry out a raid. Nathan, who is simply filming, suddenly finds himself under scrutiny. After arresting the shop owner, police shift their attention toward him. What unfolds is a striking example of officers overstepping their authority, conducting a search despite appearing unsure of the legal basis.
What, me being stood here, that gives you the right to...
If we find drugs in this premises, yes, and you were in this premises when we find drugs, then yes, that would give me the suspicion that you may well be in possession of drugs.
Even though I've told you why I'm here for a completely legitimate reason.
Tell us a lot of things. You may say you're here
as you can see, I've got my GoPro on the tripod, ready to interview someone about CBD products, as you can see here. My phone's there charging, so I can obviously film on that if this dies. I'm not doing anything illegal by being here.
Just gonna put that there.
You're not doing anything illegal by just being here, no. I appreciate that.
And I've told you my legitimate reason for being here, so you've got no reason to suspect me or have any suspicion that I'm doing anything else other than what I've just told you.
You haven't given me your name.
I don't have to give you my name.
So how am I able to confirm if you are here for legitimate purposes?
Mike, at the moment he's indicated there's some drugs in this bag.
How would me giving my name then...
Fella, listen to me, okay?
I'm listening to you, yeah?
Okay, we are here to arrest this gentleman, yeah? He's been arrested for a drugs offence. Yeah, just come out of the way for us, please.
The officer's reasoning quickly unravels. He concedes that Nathan is not committing any offence, yet still attempts to create suspicion by suggesting that if drugs are discovered on the premises, that somehow implicates Nathan. That is not how reasonable suspicion operates. It must stem from an individual's own conduct, not mere presence. Nathan was there for a lawful and transparent purpose, interviewing the owner about CBD products, and the officer even acknowledged this. Still, he presses on, asking how he could know Nathan's reason was legitimate. The law does not require Nathan to prove innocence. The burden rests on the officer to establish clear, lawful grounds. Once the officer admitted no wrongdoing, the foundation for suspicion disappeared.
Me being here is not enough suspicion.
Well, based on our intelligence that this gentleman here is supplying controlled drugs, not just being in possession of them, but he is a supplier of controlled drugs, and you are here with him, would then to me suggest there may be suspicion that you have been supplied drugs by him. Well, that is it.
If you search me, I don't consent to it, and I'll be taking legal action too.
So we're in the middle of an investigation at the moment, right?
Yeah.
Which we've got every right to do. Got a magistrate's warrant. We're on the premise. All signed. Don't worry, you can have copies of that, as you well know. You can have all signed.
Where is it? Like, can we see it before you proceed?
All signed.
Can we see
all signed.
Yeah.
The power to search is here. It's all sorted, and we're quite happy to share that.
Yeah, can we see it now? Like,
right. So
can we see that signature now? Like,
we've got that. Not yet.
Not yet.
But it's up at a different premises. So
surely, before you're doing all this, you should have to show that, because what if it's not signed?
No, the warrant. There might be some confusion. The warrant isn't for this premises. The warrant is home address.
Confidential to you, really.
So that's what the warrant is for. Obviously, this shop was open, which is why we've come in this morning, and the rest of the gentlemen. Alright, so we don't need a warrant to be here now, because after being arrested, we have a power to search under Section 32.
The confusion deepens as another officer references a warrant to justify entering the premises. Yet when Nathan requests to see it, the officer admits it relates to the owner's home address, not the shop itself, making it irrelevant in that context. A plainclothes officer then claims they do not require a warrant because the shop was open and they can rely on Section 32 of PACE. While Section 32 does allow police to search premises where an arrest occurs for evidence connected to that offense, it is tightly limited. It does not automatically authorize searches of every person present, especially someone like Nathan who is simply filming.
Can I go around to his premises too? While you're searching?
You won't be able to go in there because that's totally different.
Yeah.
At the moment, because you're like secure, right? We don't know whether you'll take anything into that warrant or whatever. So no, you won't be allowed access there.
Whoever is to you, friend, colleague, just a business acquaintance,
No,
whatever.
just my friends.
Okay.
As far
He's
I've come
been
down
arrested
and
for a drugs-related offence in terms of supplying drugs. Okay, so surely from that you can understand why I might suspect you may have been here. You may, I'm not saying you are, but you may have been here in order to be supplied drugs.
Yeah, I can understand that.
If I satisfy myself that that's not the case, then you won't be searched. All I said to you was, if you need to be searched, I've told you the powers in which we do them. But if you don't, then you won't be.
Like I'm saying, you don't have reasonable grounds. The only reasonable grounds you've got is suspicion.
So those reasonable grounds aren't yours to form, mate. They're mine. Okay.
Oh yeah, but then it's also you that'll be in the shit, so to speak. You know.
Well, maybe, but that doesn't concern you then, does it? If I'm in the shit.
The logic becomes even more troubling. The assumption appears to be that because the owner was arrested for suspected drug supply, anyone inside must also be involved. That is not evidence-based suspicion. It is assumption rooted in proximity. Being present at a location where an alleged offense occurs does not create automatic grounds for search. When challenged, the officer replies, "Those reasonable grounds aren't yours. They're mine." That statement reflects a misunderstanding of the concept entirely. Reasonable suspicion is not subjective preference. It is a legal safeguard designed to prevent arbitrary interference with citizens.
This helps you ground some more, just to give you some more information. There are some what look like medicinal cannabis, but there's also what in this bag and possession, what might not be. Just if that creates any more grounds for yourself.
Okay.
I'd be quite happy.
I'll have a stick in the bag in them.
So
I'd be quite happy that.
So, on your opinion of something not being lawful, that would be enough
for the offence that's been investigated at the moment. Okay, and for what someone's been arrested for, and for what's been located on this premise at the moment.
So, what's giving you the reasonable grounds to think that it's illegal, and what you found? Because
I don't need to go into what I found. I'll just say what's on the premise at the moment.
So you found some medical cannabis that's legal.
Well, I'm happy to detain you, okay, for lawful section.
Alright, what's your name?
23, Misuse of Drugs Act. My name at the moment is Acting Sergeant John Dillon, and I'm based at the Eastfield Police Station.
Alright, what's your collar number?
It's 1077. It's my collar number.
An acting sergeant then complicates matters further by suggesting the shop owner had medicinal cannabis and what might not be. That word, might, undermines the entire premise. The law is not built on uncertainty or speculation. If officers are unsure what they are dealing with, that uncertainty cannot justify detaining or searching someone else. Despite this, the acting sergeant proceeds to detain Nathan under Section 23. Yet Nathan was not seen handling drugs, acting suspiciously, or engaging in criminal conduct. Even the supposed evidence was ambiguous. The decision appears rooted in assumption rather than demonstrable facts.
Okay, I like to define my ethnicity. I define myself as white and British. Can I get your ethnicity, please?
Whatever you can see. What do I look like?
No, it's what we like to ask people. You can refuse if you like.
I don't answer any questions, to be fair, but what do I look like to you?
Okay, you do have the right to have a copy of the stop search certificate if you wish to do so. That's later, but I can explain. I can also explain if you wish to complain and how you can go about doing that.
No,
obviously, everything that we're doing is it's being on record. It's on body worn, and I can see your recording there as well. I'm quite happy for you to hold that body worn camera. Nothing sharp, no.
Nothing. My headphones.
Thank you. If you just turn around for me, please.
That was search inside pocket, man.
Oh yeah, I can. Thanks for pointing that out for me.
I don't want my face on social media, buddy.
You don't have that sort of right, I'm afraid.
Right, just point it that way.
I can point it wherever I want. I don't want my face all over your videos, but yeah, here I am.
But that's not going public, is it?
No, but I've got permission of the shop owner to be here filming, which trumps whatever you say.
Nathan remains composed and methodical. When told to turn his camera away, he calmly explains he has the shop owner's permission to film. That consent is critical. The shop, while private property, was open to the public, and Nathan had explicit approval to record. An officer's personal preference does not override lawful permission granted by the property holder. This is not about courtesy, it is about rights. With consent in place and no obstruction occurring, there was no clear authority to dictate what he could or could not film inside the premises.
Is that all right? I'm going to ask you to leave if that's all right. You can't stay because we're going through a search now. So this is actually a crime scene at the moment, of which we're going to be looking through. I can't leave you in the crime scene, so I'll be asking you to leave.
I can't literally stand here now.
No.
Because that's what the owner wanted. He wanted me to stand here and just to make sure that I won't interfere.
Obviously, you're going to have to leave the premises now.
I can't even stand by the door and.
You can be outside.
Yeah, public place. That'll be a public place.
So I think in fairness, I take it as your friend, isn't he?
Yeah.
Earlier. I think in fairness to him, he's the one in the cell, isn't he now? Right, he's under arrest. You were here when he was under arrest. Normally I wouldn't tell you that because he'd have no right to know it.
Oh, it's pretty obvious, isn't it?
Because you were present at the time, then you know it, don't you? But from here on in, it's an investigation now, right? And we can't be frustrated in doing that. And I just don't mean having someone filming. I mean the fact that if we find something, then it's a matter for him to account for it because you're not under arrest, so you're free to leave. So I'd ask you to leave now, please, as we get...
Is that a request, though, or is that an order?
Officers then attempt to claim the shop is now a crime scene, implying they can remove everyone. However, simply declaring a location a crime scene does not automatically grant unlimited powers. Unless police formally secure premises under relevant PACE provisions or issue a lawful order backed by statute, a person lawfully present cannot simply be expelled without basis. Nathan's question, whether it is a request or an order, goes straight to the heart of the matter. A request can be refused. An order must be supported by clear legal authority. In this case, such authority was not convincingly demonstrated.
Not really.
Not really, or...
Yeah, because, no, you can't.
What happens if I do say no?
You'll be obstructing.
You're obstructing him.
So I do have to, it's
well, I'm
not just a request, is it?
That's how you want to... I'm asking you nice and politely.
If you're asking me though, then it's like I've got a choice to say yes or no, innit?
Your mate's under arrest, right? I'm asking you to leave the premises, please. Okay?
And like I'm saying, do I lawfully have to do that? Or is that just a request?
I'm asking you to leave the premises.
Because the way that you're wording it...
to leave the premises at this point.
The way that you're wording it though, it's like I've got a choice in it.
I'm asking you to leave the premises at this point, please.
Alright, yeah.
Okay.
No worries, I'll grab my stuff.
Thank you.
What's your name?
You don't need to know my name, pal.
So, no, this phone, I know you've unlocked it.
Do you want me to show you our fingerprint as well? Just to double...
Whose fingerprint would put us...
Who has access to that?
Me.
Or
no one else.
Of you?
No, this is my phone.
Is it?
Why would we both have access to a phone?
I don't know. I don't
well,
know.
What sort of
I'm not being funny, I don't know you.
You don't know, you just asked a question and you don't even know why you asked it, do you?
Tensions rise further when Nathan moves to retrieve his phone and an officer picks it up as though it were evidence, despite no warrant or lawful grounds for seizure being articulated. The exchange becomes even more baffling when the officer asks whether the phone belongs to both Nathan and the shop owner. Nathan rightly questions the suggestion, and the officer's response, "I don't know," reveals uncertainty rather than justification. It appears less like a measured investigative step and more like guesswork in the hope of finding grounds after the fact.
You're being very argumentative, aren't you?
You just searched me for no reason, and then you're whinging about being filmed and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Saying that I'm being argumentative.
The officer will explain the reasonable grounds for the search.
Is that good enough for you?
Yeah.
Okay, good stuff.
What other stuff have you got yours? Just this?
There's that. There's me bag down here. Right.
Sorry,
I've searched this one.
You can search all you want, pal. Just get me stuff.
Yeah, that's yours.
I'm not going to... have I caused you any problems or anything so far?
No, you've
Yeah.
You've asked questions.
I'm not going to cause you any problems. So. Oh, sorry, what's your name and number?
PC Liversidge, 1062.
Alright, thank you, mate. You'll be famous.
Thank you.
Overall, the incident reflects confusion and overreach. Nathan entered a legitimate business to conduct an interview and found himself treated as a suspect without clear cause. Officers appeared unsure of the scope of their own powers, shifting between different justifications without firm grounding. Instead of carefully applying the law, the approach often relied on assumption and assertion. When one officer stated that reasonable grounds were his alone, it highlighted a broader issue. Reasonable suspicion must be objective and defensible, not merely declared. The attempt to seize property without clear explanation, coupled with inconsistent reasoning, suggested a lack of procedural clarity. Yet Nathan's calm, informed responses exposed those weaknesses. By standing firm and asking precise legal questions, he demonstrated how knowledge and composure can bring transparency to tense encounters. This audit serves as a reminder that filming police activity is not interference when done lawfully, it is a means of accountability.